It's virtual CES 2021 at Geekazine.com. Continuing coverage of CES 2021 virtual, I'm here with Larry from OWC. You're down in Austin. It's nice and warm down there, isn't it?
It varies day to day. It can be below freezing and it can be in the 70s on the same day. But
it's probably warmer than here.
Not complaining.
Yeah, definitely. So, and tell everybody who you are, and so we'll talk about some products.
Sure. My name is Larry O'Connor. I'm the founder and CEO of Otherworld Computing.
Okay. So you guys have made some major announcements at CES, and in regards to things like Thunderbolt 4, and of course the new Apple M1 machines out that are coming out there with the new silicon chips. So let's start with the hubs. Tell us a little bit about what you guys announced there.
Sure. We've got our Thunderbolt 4 hub, which now allows you to add additional Thunderbolt 3/4/USB-C ports to any Mac or PC with a Thunderbolt 4 port, or any Macintosh with a Thunderbolt 3 port. It's effectively, you get from one 40 gigabit port off your Mac or PC, 4 ports for connecting devices. This is the very first time that we've been able to add more Thunderbolt ports to a host. As opposed to being limited to just the 2 or the 4 ports, you can now plug in our hub. It will power your laptop. It doesn't power, obviously, a Mac Mini or a PC or Mac desktop that doesn't take a PD, but it'll provide power to systems that do power over a PD, and then it gives you more ports for both bus-powered or standard-powered Thunderbolt external devices. Connect your displays, connect USB Type-C. It's really convenient, especially if you're adding Type-C devices and Type-C devices that can't be daisy-chained.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I've thought to myself, well, why hasn't anybody made a multi-port Thunderbolt yet, or even just a USB for that matter? It has to do with the fact that everything's now at Thunderbolt 4, right?
Well, Thunderbolt 4 is more a marketing definition than a real significant change to a Thunderbolt, which is why even a Thunderbolt 3 Max from 2016, the first Thunderbolt 3 Max, have full compatibility with this dock as long as you're running Apple's latest OS. It's really a matter of what the chipset had to do for proper switching. I mean, Thunderbolt is PCI made external. So it's really pretty amazing. It's been amazing since the very first Thunderbolt what we can do external with all these different Thunderbolt devices. And a hub and a dock, our Thunderbolt 4 dock also has more Thunderbolt ports. But for these devices, now giving you more effectively external PCIe device connection ports is really incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And this also does more than just single displays, right? 4K displays. How many displays can you hook up to this thing?
Yeah, just like Thunderbolt 3, you can have up to 2 4K displays or up to 1 8K display via both the Thunderbolt 4 hub and the Thunderbolt 4 dock. Now, on the M1 Mac, you are limited to a single display via Thunderbolt, and that has nothing to do with Thunderbolt. That's just what the system is able to support. And I guess I'd add in there, that's where Thunderbolt 4 can get a little bit confusing. Again, it's a marketing term that defines what the computer is supposed to support, which is why Apple isn't using Thunderbolt 4 in their M1 specs. The system, you have full Thunderbolt 4 capability in terms of what Thunderbolt can do, but the system, in the case of the M1, the current M1 Max, they're limited to a single display via their external port.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I don't have an M1, so I'm not exactly sure where all the limitations are, but that's definitely good to know. Let's switch gears.
Every other Mac with Thunderbolt 3 will do 2 4Ks.
Okay, good to know. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about the docks that OWC has put out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Thunderbolt 4 dock just takes it a little bit further. For some folks, we're seeing a lot of people getting the hub and then our 14 port, our flagship Thunderbolt 3 dock. Again, Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4, really interoperable in terms of what the capability that they take advantage of. Our Thunderbolt 4 dock kind of fits in the middle. It's it still gives you the additional Thunderbolt ports, and then also adds Ethernet, and you have additional USB ports and audio and a reader. They cover the bases for I would say in the middle needs. I mean, it's got just enough, probably just about the right ports in terms of that Goldilocks thing between the 14 port plus a hub, or the hub alone.
Okay. Now, can you plug the dock into the hub? Is that allowed, or should you not do anything like that?
Well, yeah, you can. I mean, you can technically multiply your ports, beyond just two hubs or two docks, on a computer with 2 ports. But ideally, you're not going to do too much of that, because you're going to begin to diminish your bandwidth. And I should bring out, another advantage of using the Thunderbolt 4 hub or the Thunderbolt 4 dock, as opposed to just daisy chain. Even if you only have 6 drives or 6 devices right now on your ports, using the hub or the dock with the additional Thunderbolt ports, will simplify your daisy chain, make it easier to have interoperability between devices. And having your devices closer to the system actually does give some performance benefits, as opposed to having, say, 4 drives and a display all in a single chain. Splitting that up and shortening the chain, does give you better performance as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely there. So let's then move to the next part here, and that we're going to talk a little bit about drives. You came out with the new Envoy. Is that the name of the series?
I guess, sir. Yeah, the Envoy Pro FX was officially introduced at CES. We kind of deem this for all computer kind drive. This will work on any Mac or PC with a USB 3 port, a USB 4 port, or a Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4 port. So a machine built nearly a decade ago, this will connect to and give you the maximum performance that computer is able to supply over USB 3. A computer that you buy today, with Thunderbolt 4 or a system that has Thunderbolt 3, it'll give you performance of up to the full bandwidth of the full 40 gigabits, up to about 2,000 megabytes a second. But it's fully interoperable from USB to the maximum performance of Thunderbolt 3, or Thunderbolt 4, I should say. Well, Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4, same thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of performance. But it's a truly universal drive that makes moving data between systems and sharing data with other people, whether it's shipping data off someplace, or they have multiple computers at home, at the office. It'll connect to virtually anything, and it comes with the cabling, and the adapter you need to work with these different systems, whether it's USB Type A or you have a Type C port.
Yeah, it'd be perfect if you've got an old machine that you just haven't taken the time to get all the data off, get ready to recycle the machine that's been sitting on the shelf for a few years, get all the data off, and then put it onto like your NAS or other type of storage. This would be a good device to do that, and it would work as fast with one, and then you move to the other one, and it'll work even faster.
And the computer is the limit, and I should also add it's virtually indestructible. It's mil-spec rated. It's waterproof for 30 minutes at 2 meters. It's dust-proof. It's virtually crush-proof. I mean, this thing, you could pretty much run it over with a tank. We did run over the steamroller on, how to say, a hard surface. Steamroller, may have won that one, but actually the drive inside was still safe. So it takes a lot to. So
you were still able to pull data off.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
I also want to add, that drive actually, was, a very quick test, but was space tested in October. It actually went up, up into space and back in October, which was kind of cool. With people's data, and another little test.
Nice. And I was just going to ask, was the steamroller thing planned or by complete accident?
I would call it semi-planned. The construction was occurring nearby, and the team talked a crew member to effectively run it over.
Oh, okay. So you just used what was by there, building up in the Austin area. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did this up north, but nonetheless,
up in Illinois. Okay. Yes, cool. All right. Well, let's and this one I'm actually very excited about. A lot of content creators are excited about, because now we can get rid of these high volume spinning disks out of our computers. And as far as I know, you guys are the only ones to do this. The U.2 shuttle. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Our U.2 shuttle lets you take up to any 4 NVMe, M.2, SSDs and install it into a 2.5-inch form factor U.2, as you could call it, container shuttle. And whether it's 4As, I mean, we offer up to 8 terabyte SSDs and NVMe today. There's up to 16s out there. But you have the flexibility to use today's M.2 technology, up to 4 of those M.2 drives in the shuttle, and that's compatible with any standard U.2 NVMe port. So if you have a U.2 bay on your computer, this will go there. We also have our Helios 3S with this NVMe transport. So this is fully compatible with their Helios. So you can connect that via external Thunderbolt. Now, the sky is really the limit. Now, U.2 is coming, and we're looking to make it very, very easy to have flexibility and just great availability in U.2 options by providing this shuttle. There's not a lot of U.2 drives out there, relatively speaking. The U.2 drives tend to be very expensive, and they're evolving slowly because it is kind of niche and more directed towards the server space. These will work in servers. These will work in media systems. These will work in virtually anything. They also work in our Flex 8. So you could technically put 4 U.2 shuttles and have up to 16 of those units in our Flex 8 Thunderbolt 3 external solution. But we're making sure that we have a great variety of U.2 options so that folks can start to really engage with U.2 and get the benefits of U.2 and not be limited to just the U.2 fixed drives out there. I mean, this is pretty cool. There's lots of M.2 drives in the market. The skies.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's just like, well, it says that this U2 shuttle on its own could be rated for maximum security, which I'm assuming there's some software to say, hey, the third M2 is not working to performance. Go ahead and change that out. But then you add like multiples to this, and then it's kind of like RAID on RAID, isn't it? Or is it just gonna see it as one big RAID unit inside the dock there?
The nice thing about U.2, it's a PCI interface. So when you put each drive that you put into the system, effectively shows up as its own individual drive. So you've got the option of using them as individual drives. You can use our software for Mac or for Windows to RAID these units into RAID 1, RAID 0, RAID 4, RAID 6. And of course, that software monitoring to be able to tell you, maybe everything's operating as they should, or maybe perhaps need to replace the drive.
Okay. Lots of great stuff here. Do you have any price points that you want to share?
Sure. The U.2 shuttle course is at $149. You add your own drives. We do offer drives you can purchase from OWC up to 8 terabytes that you can load inside, but you're by no means limited to just our drives. The FX starts at $169 and goes up to 2 terabytes. The Thunderbolt 4 dock is $249, and the Thunderbolt 4 hub is $149. And for all the capabilities that they offer, it's pretty incredible. And I see my daughter behind me is taking something from the printer here. It's that work from that school at home school Zoom program in full swing.
It totally happens. It totally happens. So, all right, great stuff here. I can't wait to try it. I've also been playing with the Mercury Elite Pro Dual right over here, and it's been a great addition to what I've been doing with my video. So you guys have a lot of great stuff over at OWC, and continuing to build upon that. So just keep up the great work, I would say.
Well, there's a variety of different needs out there, and we certainly want to make sure that we've got everybody covered and have the options that fit pretty much each and every need. It's really about having solutions that let you get what you need done without having to think about this technology. So
absolutely.
Plug and play and go.
I'm sorry?
I said plug and play and go.
Plug and play and go. Absolutely. Well, Larry, thank you very much for your time. It's been an honor. Lots of great stuff. OWC. Where do people go for more information?
Well, they can go to OWC.com or MacSales.com. And Jeffrey, I really appreciate you having me on today.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for watching this video for the CES Virtual by Geekazine. If you're over on geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys geek out and take care.